So everyone, especially leadership, underestimates what it takes to get the reporting they need. I like using an iceberg analogy to help explain what it takes. So above the water, you have those nice looking reports and dashboards that everyone gets to see. Below the water, you have all of this stuff in the image. You have things like your sales process, the processes in your marketing automation platform, integrations between your marketing automation platform and Salesforce, enrichment, data capture, data standardization, how you're ordering all of your processes, your Salesforce campaign structure, how you're capturing signals and engagement data. So many things under the water that get underappreciated that all need to be working in the right way to be able to get the reports above the water looking the right way. So the important thing here is that you need all of these components, yes, but it's not as simple as that even. You need all of these components working in the right order and sequenced in the right way because a lot of them have dependencies on each other. This is why we created our go-to-market operations framework, which isn't just a whole list of a load of things you have to do, but also a visual representation of how to sequence each of these components so then you have all of these dependencies ironed out and you have each piece working in the right order to be able to have the full system working the right way. So let's take a simple report or seemingly simple report. Sales ready to meeting conversion rate, where you're tasked to calculate that conversion. So what do you need? First, you need to be collecting the data the right way. Things like UTM tracking, how you've got your forms set up, the data that you're capturing on those forms, how that data is flowing into your marketing automation platform. Then, when the data is in your marketing automation platform, you have local programs in there or local automation to be able to then capture that and start kicking off what we would normally consider a centralized process to go through all of the next important steps. Things like enrichment, standardization, scoring both from an ICP and behavior level. All of the different processes in your marketing automation platform that go in a particular order because you need to know the information on the buyer through enrichment to then be able to score. And then you need to know what score or what the engagement was to then be able to determine, is this person ready for sales? You also need to be thinking about how we add and how do we track this signal or the engagement in a way so we can get all of the touch points in the buyer's journey, things like Salesforce campaign membership. So then you're syncing to Salesforce as well, which can often be complicated. Once the data gets into Salesforce and you've determined that they're sales ready, now you also need routing to work. And this is why all those upstream things needed to work too, because routing might be based on fields that you didn't collect in the form, things like location, industry. So then if that data is enriched at the right time before it's into Salesforce, now you can route to the right person. Now it gets to the right person. Now the buyer is in the salesperson's hands. We need to have thought through, where does the salesperson go to be able to find all the buyers that have been routed to them? What is their process using their sales engagement tool like Sales Outreach to be able to start engaging with them? And how's that data syncing back into CRM so we can know that this buyer is being worked? And then finally, how do we know if there's a meeting? Is it an activity? Is it a stage zero opportunity? How has sales been trained on that process? How then do we update our systems to know that this got to the meeting stage? And all of this happening, now we need to surface all of these different milestones up into a reportable layer so then we can see, okay, what was the stage progression and when for each of these stages? And then we can now build our report to show we had this many sales ready and then this many turned into meetings. It's a lot. It's a lot of work and it always gets underappreciated. So if you're watching this and you're someone in ops and you're trying to build all of this, don't underappreciate your work. It's complicated, it's difficult, and you really have to be focused on making this stuff work. And for people outside of ops, really give them a pound the pack or something because they're doing a really difficult job and there's really high consequences for when this doesn't go right, not just from the reporting side, but from the customer experience side, from the sales and marketing efficiency side. There's a lot at stake here if this doesn't work.